know why I had that dream. It's bizarre. Well, maybe I do know why. I've got exactly, guess how many dream catchers I've got? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dream catchers hanging. I've got 2 miniature rainbow dream catchers, and I've got a wolf dream catcher, a blue and white wolf one, and I've got a black dream catcher with black feathers, and it's wooden, these wooden beads. Yeah. I don't know, it could have been them. I don't know why I dreamt of this particular individual today. No clue as to why I dreamt of him. I don't know. It was weird. Me chilling out with him at his place, getting into really bizarre scenarios. Bloody bizarre. Oh well, if I ever dream of this particular individual again, I'll wake up laughing this time instead of scratching my head. Because I was scratching my head. I woke up and I'm like, what the... it took me a good 10 to 15 minutes to figure it out in my head, while I was having my coffee after I'd done my blood test this morning, just to check, And, of course, my blood was low, so I don't have diabetes, I don't think, so it's good, but honestly, what a bizarre dream. Oh, well, hopefully next time I dream of something weird, I should write my dreams down, shouldn't I, in a diary, and write them down, the date and the time that I woken up from the dream. I should. I'm going to buy myself a diary tomorrow, because I'm going to pop down to the shops tomorrow, here, locally, where I live in Hyatt, and I'll grab a few things from Coles. And I've got to grab some dried cat food for Chica, my cheeky cat of all time. Yes, so I'll go and get her cat food, and I'll get a diary. I've got stacks of pens, so I don't need to buy any pens, and I'm going to start writing every single weird dream and vision. I even have visions of dead people coming to me as well and communicating with me. So, I'll just jot them all down. May as well. I've had, as you guys already know, from, past videos I've done from way back when I first started here on YouTube, I've had visions of Michael Hutchison coming to me. I had multiple visions of Heath Ledger, of course, because I predicted his death about 6 months before he passed. I knew he was going to die, but I didn't know exactly in what method. And Jim Morrison, yeah, he just loves to pop in. Just doesn't say a word. Sometimes have a cheeky grin and just stare at me. Says nothing. I talk at him, I beg at him and plead him to say something. He just sits there staring at me. Yeah. So, very strange. But he comes to me, once or twice a year, depending. And it's always unannounced. And sometimes I dream of Lukey. He pops in, he's died, he's dead. And he sometimes pops in and says hello and has a little yarn with me. My grandmother, haven't seen her in a while. She hasn't popped in to say hello to me in visions for quite some time. Same with Heath. The last one of Heath would have been in 2012. That was when he came to me in the vision last, and since then he hasn't come and visited me. Same with Michael. It was around the same year, 2012, was the last time Michael Hutchison came to me. Jim Morrison's come to me now 3 times since I've moved here, and twice at the old place before I moved here, out of the blue. And you know what the bizarre thing about it was? Jim Morrison, right? He started coming to me well before I gotten into his music. Yeah. I started getting into his music after he started coming to me in visions, because I was trying to figure out, why are you coming to me, He would come to me in the most bizarrest things, holding this black book, reading it. Sometimes he'll not come with his black book. Instead, he will just sit, with his legs crossed in the centre of my bedroom on the floor, looking at me, smiling a little bit, like a slight grin, just staring at me. I'm like, and puffing away on a fag. Yeah. Very, very strange. And I don't know why he comes to me. Well, I don't know if it's because I'm part Native American Indian. Maybe that's why. Yeah, I am. I'm not kidding. I'm part Native American Indian, part Greek, and part Mauritius. So, you know what I mean? It's maybe that's the reason why he's coming to me, because he knows or I knew him in a previous life before I was born. I was born in 1983, so you figure it out. He died in, 70s or something. Yeah, and guess what? You're going to freak out. Guess what Jim Morrison's mother's name is? Clara. The same name as my grandmother. Eerie. And my name's Clara. My name is spelt differently to my grandmother's. My grandmother's name is C-L-A-R-A. Mine is C-L-E-R-A. Think about it. I'm not fucking kidding. If you don't believe me, Google it. Google it, right? Type in, who was Jim Morrison's mother? And it will pop up, and her name will come up. Clara. C-L-A-R-A. You're going to freak out, man. I know I did. When I had a vision of her. Yeah. I had a vision of her. She came here at our door pouring this black, like, tar stuff all over the place. And I'm thinking, who's this woman? I can see her through my father's bedroom window. So I walked up to the window and I'm talking to her through the window. I said, excuse me, who are you? What are you doing? And she's chanting this weird stuff. And I go and open the door and I walk up to her and I say, excuse me. And then she just starts. You're not, what does she turn around and say? She goes, you're not good enough for my son. My son deserves better than you. And she was going ape. And then all of a sudden I just grabbed her, gave her a hug, tried to calm her down, grabbed her. And she starts crying as I'm holding her in my arms, and then she gets up and she goes, oh, thank you. She gets up and walks off. And then Jim Morrison, about, less than 2 seconds later, he pops up. And he I don't know, he grabs me and hugs me like he hasn't seen me in years. And he finally said something for the first time. He said a few words, He turns around and he says to me, I've missed you. I'm so happy to see you. And he gives me a hug. And then then I woke up and I'm puzzled. And I go and tell my father about it. And he goes, I don't know. He goes, why don't you find out? Why don't you go on Google and find out who Jim Morrison's mother was? And have a look on images. Click on images. Yeah. As soon as I saw the picture of her, I dropped my mobile phone. It was her. Explain that one. It was her. And I fucking dropped the phone and I said, oh my God, every hair on my arms stood. I was freaked. I was floored and I said, oh my gosh. Because you guys do know I do have psychic abilities. I can hear earthquake activity. I can even hear volcanic activity. I can predict an earthquake 2 to 3 days before it hits anywhere in the world. I can hear it. Yeah, I'm not kidding. My father's also got psychic abilities too, but he's a little bit more powerful than me. But the weird thing about it was me and my dad together predicted Heath Ledger's death at the same damn time. We both looked at each other at the same time because we saw him on the Oprah Winfrey show when he was talking about the movie Brokeback Mountain with all the other cast members. It was on that show. And me and my dad looked at each other and were like, and I said, are you sensing what I'm sensing? And he goes, yeah, something really bad's going to happen to Heath. And Dad said he's going to die. And I said, yeah, I know. Because I know when someone's going to die. If I look at you and I have this overwhelming feeling of dread, you're going to die. I'm not fucking pulling your leg. You're going to die. So if you send me a picture of yourself, just say, and I'll look at it, and if I get that horrible feeling of dread, I will warn you, and I'll tell you to be careful. I've got a bad feeling something very bad's going to happen to you. And when I do try to warn people, they really freak out and they don't believe me and they shut me down. Like like my dad predicted one of my friends' death. He turned around and he said to her, I don't mean to scare you, but I'm foreseeing that you're going to end up dead in the gutter one day. And she got real angry. Oh yeah, she kicked off. She got real angry. And he goes, okay, I'm sorry, he tried to wash over it a bit, and then 3 months later she was dead. So she was found heroin overdosed in the gutter. And that was Jen. Close friend of mine died. She was my first best friend. I really liked her. She had a hard life, but she had a great personality. But, it wasn't her fault. She had a very bad start in life, all due to her mother. The bitch of all bitches, like the whore of the, I don't know if she's, I don't know if anyone came to her funeral, but yeah, I just thought I'd, point it out to you that I'm not full of shit. I'm being genuine here, okay? I'm not full of crap. People choose to believe it, and some people don't, but there's nothing I can do about that. I'm just speaking it. I'm just saying it from my heart, I'm being truthful here. I'm not playing around or doing a funny video. Can't you tell? This is the serious me. Good. Well, I'm glad that you can tell.